Okay, thank you so much for joining us today. I want to thank Andrew Cash, the candidate in Davenport, in the previous candidate in Davenport, who also is doing a lot of work around precarious work and independent workers. We spoke with a lot of workers today, and they shared with us, what they're going through and some of the realities that they're faced with. The fact that there's not a lot of support in place for independent workers. There's a lot of fear and uncertainty and a lot of worry. And a lot of independent workers relied on CERB because existing programs like EI did not cover those workers. And so we need a permanent change. We need a long-term solution so that all workers are covered, that they don't have to worry about how they're going to get supports if they get sick or if they lose their jobs. We need a better way to take care of all workers, and that's what we're pushing for, a long-term sustainable solution that creates direct financial supports for all workers. That's what we need. And right now we're up against a particular urgency, a particular deadline. With CERB being ended by the Liberal government at the end of September, there's a lot of workers that still cannot get back to work. We spoke with people in the arts, and that sector entirely, those who work in live venues where people come together in numbers, those venues and that type of work is not available. People cannot return to that work. So for over 1 million Canadians, that's the reality. They cannot get back to work, and with the CERB ending, there is actually no support in the future for them, and they're worried and they're afraid, and they're looking at October not knowing how they're going to be able to put food on the table. So for those workers, we are calling on the Liberal government to recall Parliament earlier so that we can either bring in the changes to make sure that there is an EI that works for all Canadians, that there's financial support for all Canadians, or CERB needs to be extended until there is a long-term solution. We need this to happen right away. A lot of workers are being left behind, and that's what we're asking for today. That's what we're pushing for. We want to make sure that no one is left behind, that all Canadian workers get support, and that's something that's vitally important, and so we're going to keep on fighting for that. And I'll just say that quickly in French, and then we'll take any questions you might have. Donc aujourd'hui, on a parlé avec les travailleurs et
Talking with workers who are facing to a very difficult time because
pas le travail traditionnel. Ils ont des travail qui n'est pas comme les autres travails. Ils ont les emplois qui sont précaires. Donc pour ces travailleurs, ils ont peur pour l'avenir parce que la PSU va arrêter. Et si la PSU arrête, ils n'ont pas d'appui, pas du tout. Donc ce qu'on exige le gouvernement de faire, c'est d'avoir la chance dans la Chambre de communes de mettre en œuvre un programme qui est plus durable, qui va aider ces Canadiens qui maintenant ont peur pour leur avenir. Et on exige le gouvernement de commencer le Parlement tout de suite pour qu'on puisse mettre en œuvre un nouveau programme pour les aider. C'est essentiel. On a des millions de Canadiens qui n'ont pas d'appui dans l'avenir à cause du fait que le Premier ministre a fermé les chambres de communes. Donc, on continue de travailler pour les gens, de lutter, de se battre pour les gens. And with that, I'm ready to take any questions that you might have.
We're good. I think you pretty much covered everything. So.
Thanks so much. Perfect.